Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, good morning to everyone. Today a new video regarding female reproductive system. Already on male reproductive system we completed 4 videos up to NEET level syllabus. Now in this video session I would like to explain about detailedly regarding female reproductive system. What are the female reproductive parts, reproductive system parts, what is their functions, what are the different events of the reproductive system in the female reproductive system there occurs. That means what is my intention here, in the which different parts of the female reproductive parts different events will occur. For example, when you take ovulation, it is occurs in ovary, okay, and then after fertilization it is placed on the fallopian tube, then implantation, that is occurs in uterus. So in the female reproductive system the majority of reproductive events, everything completed within the female reproductive system. That information, then along with that information what are the different parts, their significances we want to discuss in this system. Let me start today video session. Nana, see on that board pointer place female reproductive system. Here when I discussing about female reproductive system, here total female reproductive system, the majority of the reproductive events are completed in the female reproductive system. Here already in the introduction part I said about ovulation and then fertilization and pregnancy before implantation, gestation period and then delivery and then child care. In the corner with small letters I wrote. So delivery, after delivery the mother will give to the feeding to the young babies. So these events are everything is responsible to these female organism. So these female reproductive systems is placed for several reproductive event or major reproductive events. Now here along with these female reproductive system we want to discuss about accessory glands. Accessory glands, that some of the glands are located along with these reproductive system, but some of the glands not yet associated with reproductive system. They are placed in different place, that is nothing but mammary glands. Okay, these are also involving in the as a part of a female reproductive system because of child care given by the mammary glands. Okay, now let me know what are the different parts of the female reproductive system. Here female reproductive system composing of one pair of ovaries and then oviduct. That oviduct scientifically we call as a fallopian tube, and then uterus generally we call as a womb, and then vagina and external genitaliae. About external genitaliae, already I said what is external genitaliae. By which part, by seeing which part we can able to determine of the gender of the organism, male and female. Okay, such a character we call the external genitaliae. Right. See, one by one part, important points wise we want to discuss about each every part. See, ovaries. These ovaries are one pair located at the place of the abdominal places in the pelvic region. See, these are primary sex organs. Meaning of the primary sex organs, we know which of the reproductive organs we will get by birth itself, inborn organs of the reproductive system, that we call the primary sex organs. In these ovaries, significant function, it is a oogenesis process in function. Oogenesis process, gametogenesis, in the gametogenesis, oogenesis process occurs in these ovaries, and then hormones, some of the hormones. So that's why, whether you remembered or not, on the male reproductive system explanation time, I said one thing: testicles are homologous organs of the ovaries. In that place, their function is spermatogenesis, gamete production, and then here oogenesis, nothing but which female gamete we call as a ova. That ova is developed inside of the ovaries. Along with that, they are producing some of the hormones. So it is a endocrinal system also. So ovary onwards secreting hormones we call as simply ovarian hormones. Male hormones, male testosterone hormone, and then here ovarian hormones, two ovarian hormones, one is estrogen and progesterone, these two. Okay, then again I will discuss about that hormonal functions wise. Then their ovaries are located each side of the lower abdomen. They are especially in the pelvic region. Then that ovaries inside of our abdominal places, they are covered with a double layer fold of the peritoneum. In the peritoneum meaning enna, in the germinal layers of the developmental condition, ecto, endo, mesodermal is there now. In that any one of the membrane, still it is covered, still it is present in around any organ. Such a layers we call as a peritoneum. Especially these peritoneum layers are developed from the mesoderm. So because of these ovaries, testes are producing from the sexual reproductive organs are produced from the mesoderm only now. So that mesodermal layer is covered to these ovaries. That peritoneum membrane, along with the covering, it is connecting with the abdominal cavity. So which peritoneal membrane to connecting with the covered to ovary and then connecting with abdominal cavity, that peritoneal membrane name mesoovarium. Ovarium means it should be remember ovaries. Ovaries are covered with germinal epithelium, that means embryonic developmental germinal epithelium, that we call as a mesoovarium. This mesoovarium only connected to the wall of the abdominal cavity. These words you should be remember, Nana, mesoovarium. These type of words I will tell three things in the different places. That three different words maybe there is a chance for matching based questions. See, now when you coming to the diagrammatic explanation, here inga paranana, this is a yellow color represented structures we call as a ovaries. Here arrow mark I mentioned in the upside. So these are the ovaries, either side of ovaries. Now internal histology of the ovary. If you are section cutting, by the section cutting under microscopic understanding, ovary having these type of sectional view. See, that ovary sectional view time, the totally is covered with one membrane that is in the form of the cuboidal cells. Already beginning of some of the introduction classes regarding 11th standard, I said several type of tissues. In that epithelial tissue, I said epithelial tissue always to covers the organs. Here the same epithelial tissue, the cells in the form of the cuboidal, that simple cuboidal, simple means always in the single row. So such a layer covered to the total ovary. Now that layer we call as a germinal epithelium, or the nature of cells based on that simple cuboidal epithelium. Okay, then now below the simple cuboidal epithelium, one more layer is there. That one more layer name is tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea. I think so. In the male reproductive system testis study time also, we'd seen these tunica albuginea. Testis also covered with two membranes. One is a tunica vaginalis, outer membrane, and then next membrane tunica albuginea. That tunica albuginea having the invaginations inwards of testis. Based on that only, testis is divided into several compartments. Okay, 250 compartments. Inside of that testicular lobules only seminiferous tubules are there. Just recall Nana. Now come to our topic, female reproductive system. So the inner layer tunica albuginea. Now when you going to inside of the tunica albuginea, I mean when you understanding about inside of the ovaries tissues, the total ovary having the something granular structures containing fluid like substance, semi-solid substance, that we call as a stroma. Stroma, nothing but when you take any one cell, that cell covered with a plasma membrane, inside of a cell organelle is with cytosol or cytoplasm is there. Like that, these organ of ovary covered by the membranes. Inside of that ovary, it had a fluid, some semi-solid fluid-like structure or tissue-made structures that we call as a stroma. These stroma divide into the two parts based on that location. If the stroma is presented or arranged into the adjacent side or towards of near the, just now what I said, that membranes, cuboidal epithelium, tunica albuginea, in that arranged, peripheral arranged stroma we call as a cortex, adjacent side. Okay, and then middle position of the ovary, what it is present, that is called inner medulla, outer cortex, inner medulla. Ovary is distinguished into the two parts, outer side the cortex part, inner side medullary part. Now outer side what they are consisting? The outer side, it is a dense, all the different stages of the cells, different stages of the follicles. What is that follicles? I will tell now. See, dense and granulosa, some of the granules like substances are very more in the adjacent side, that too in the cortex place. Along with these dense tissue and then granulosa particle, they are consisting with several number of ovarian follicles. These ovarian follicles only play an important role in the oogenesis process. Okay. Now these ovarian follicles, several stages of ovarian follicles are there. Inside of the ovarian follicles only oogenesis process will be occur. See, what are the several stages of ovarian follicles? Primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, Graafian follicle. Now you got the concept. Because of 10th standard also, these words little bit information you got. So inside of the ovary, that too in the cortex place, that containing the several stages of the follicles, that of several stages of the follicle. First stage is primary, then secondary, tertiary, Graafian. Graafian follicle volla, inside of the Graafian follicle only, matured ova will be developed. That Graafian follicle will burst and then ova will be delivered. Okay, that is total oogenesis process happen inside of the follicles. That you remember. Oogenesis process time, I will be draw the one flow chart, then you will get some of the clarity. Now, up to now we discussed about the stroma of the ovary, that too in the outer cortex. When you understanding about when you going to the inner side medullary part, that medullary part containing with loose connective tissue with abundant blood vessels, lymphatic vessels and nerve fibers. Okay, there is no any follicular stages in the medulla. So totally it is filled with connective tissue and then having the blood vessel supply or lymphatic vessel supply along with the nerve fibers also. So these two statements you should be remembered. Statement based questions maybe will arise. This is about ovaries. In this you should be remember these word meso-ovarium. That word is more significant. Ovary covered by these simple cuboidal epithelium, that should be remember, and then tunica albuginea, one more covering layer, and then stroma, internal stroma's name is medulla, and outer stroma we call as a cortex. And then in the cortex containing the several stages of follicular stages. This is the structure. Okay, one more time in the continuation video I will be draw the ovary structure for detailed analysis for menstruation cycle time. Then now come to the second part, oviduct. Up to now we discussed about these ovaries. Then ovulation after. Okay, ovulation means releasing of the fully developed ova from the Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle in this place. In this place after place onwards, ova will deliberate. That released ova to collected to the by the these oviduct. Now this is the time to discuss about the oviduct. These oviduct also called as a fallopian tube. These fallopian tube located in between of ovaries and uterus, or we can able to conveying the concept like this also. Ovaries released ova to collected by the oviduct, and it will give the passage to transportation of ova to up to uterus for implantation. Okay, then see here these oviduct connecting with abdominal cavity with the help of the one of the peritoneal membrane, that is mesosalpinx. Here the same type of word I used in the ovary explanation time. Ovaries are connecting with the abdominal cavity with the help of the peritoneal membrane, that is a mesoovarium. Then here oviducts connecting with abdominal cavity that with along with one of the peritoneal membrane, that is a mesosalpinx. Okay, now these two words. One more word will come at the time of the uterus explanation. Now come to the detailed analysis of the oviduct. Now pointer place paranga, pointer at the place of the right corner. See, in this place this is the oviduct, this is the ovaries, ovaries onwards, next part oviduct. These oviduct beginning part having the one funnel like shape of oviduct that we call as a infundibulum. Then infundibulum leads to the next part of oviduct, that is a ampulla. Then ampulla leads to a straight or somewhat of a narrow lumen place containing tube, that is a isthmus. That means fallopian tube containing with three different zones based on their structural differentiation. Funnel shaped fallopian tube part we call the infundibulum. Then a narrow minded part, junctional part, that we call the ampulla. Then last part of the fallopian tube, isthmus. This isthmus only leads to the next part of uterus. See, then here very important significant role containing some of the special structures are there in the place of the infundibulum place. In the infundibulum, just they are having the finger like projections. That finger like projections we called as a fimbriae. These fimbriae function is to receiving the ovulation ova. Ova will receiving by the fimbriae. Okay, these fimbriae are, if not functioning, means after releasing of ova will not enter to the these oviduct or fallopian tube. So fully matured ova, a breakdown of the Graafian follicle releasing after that ova will receiving by the fimbriae. That fimbriae are located at the place of the open place of the width place of the infundibulum. Okay, that is a oviduct. Okay, oviduct connecting with abdominal cavity with the help of the mesosalpinx. That is also completed. Then next part, oviducts leads to the next part, a wider part and somewhat of big and elastic part of the reproductive system. See, that part is uterus. Uterus generally in the normal English vocabulary we called as a womb. Okay, and then these womb characteristics, it is a muscular and vesicular. That means vesicular means it having a lot of blood vessel supply, and then muscular, it can able to extend and then it contract. Because of this is the place for implantation. After implantation, After implantation, 9 months gestation period wise, baby will develop inside of the uterus. So uterus we want to enlarge, want to become a enlarge because of increasing of the size of the baby inside. So it want to give a suitable environment to growth of a baby, implanted baby. So here these uterus is a muscular and then vesicular, and the shape of the uterus inverted pear shape. Pear fruit theriyum kadana, that pear fruit inverted shape madri irukku. Okay, these uterus connecting with the abdominal cavity with the help of one of the peritoneal membrane, that is a mesometrium. Always metrium indicates uterus. Here in our body, each and every organ having the some of the nicknames. Several times I used this word. For example, liver, nickname is hepatic. Okay, kidney nickname is renal. Okay, as like each and every part having their nickname. Here, for example, muscle time sarco, we are using that one. As like uterus walls time, we are using the metrium word. So, but once more I will use the metrium word in the continuation explanation time. I will be explain. So here mesometrium is helpful for attachment of the uterus with the abdominal cavity. It is also peritoneal membrane. These three names, mesoovarium, mesosalpinx, mesometrium, these are the three words are very important for NEET. Matching based questions will become. And then see, now diagrammatic explanation. This is the uterus. This is the uterus. Now this uterus internal arrangement, internal understanding, internal structure, the uterus made up of the three membranes, three walls. That is outer side membrane we call as a perimetrium. Just now only I said metrium means indicates the uterus wall na. So perimetrium, and then middle layer we call as a myometrium, and inside of uterus lined by the endometrium. This endometrium only having lot of blood vessel supply. These endometrium play an important role in the implantation process. Then myometrium play an important role in the delivery contractions, labor pains. That labor pains wise myometrium play an important role because of a forcible contraction happened by these myometrium smooth muscles. So here each and every wall of the myometrium significant role is there. Here by the menstruation cycle, these endometrium will be always show the several cyclic changes, shedding out and then reforming, everything will be happened in the endometrium, that too with the help of a hormonal influence. This is about uterus. Okay, then next part, uterus will be leads to a small chamber that we call as a cervix. Here diagrammatic explanation time I mentioned here. In the next video I would like to explain about the remaining parts. Now the diagrammatic explanation I will explain here. Now here cervix, these cervix having a small narrow lumen place, that inside of cervix canal is there. Through the cervix canal, these uterus will be open into the vagina. These vagina will be open with the help of a small hole. That small hole we call as a vaginal orifice. So here want to tell one important thing. When that insemination, when the male person and female person wantedly meted together, the situational based on the sexual reproduction by the hormonal influence, on the time the coitus process, by the coitus process, male person releasing the sperm cell in this place, that only vagina. Then that released semen, the sperm cell will be go on through the cervix and then uterus after it will reach the fallopian tube in the place of isthmus place. It crossed the isthmus place and then reach the junction of the isthmus and ampulla. That means middle part of the isthmus and ampullary part in that place if the female already happened in their body ovulation, that ovulation released ova will be located at the place of the junction of the isthmus and ampulla junction. Isthmus ampulla junction. Okay, now when the male parent inseminated that sperm in the inside of the vagina, that sperm cell enter through these tract, it will start to fertilization at the place of the fallopian tube, that too in the particular place of the isthmus ampullary junctional place. Okay, now here this is the time to explain about regarding the function of the cervix. Cervix inside it has the one canal, one chamber, okay, a small narrow root that we call as a cervix canal, cervical canal. That cervical canal leads to the next opening to the vagina. Now these uterus and then cervix, inside of the cervix canal, cervical canal, vagina, combinedly it will form the birth canal. The birth canal means when the female completed their gestation period, nothing but pregnancy period is totally completed. When the female having the pregnant female getting the labor pains, by the contraction of the uterus wall, the developed baby will be delivered by through these birth canal in the normal deliveries. So that's why these route map, these pathway we call as a birth canal. Okay, then now next part, cervix. After cervix leads to the next part of the vagina. This vagina is a fibromuscular tube, okay, extended between the cervix and vestibuli. Sir, what is vestibuli means? It is one of the part in the external genitalia. That external genitalia we called as a vulva or pudendimum. Now here we are discussing about the vagina. These vagina presented in between of cervix to vestibuli. Now these vagina is lined by the vagina wall is lined by the non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. These white color, on board white color what I mentioned, those words you should be remembered and recall oftenly, because of up to now several times NEET or several medical related papers, okay, examinations, they asked repeated questions. So that much of important words. Non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium membrane lined into the vagina. Okay, then that vagina is open into with a vaginal orifice. Then next one, external genitalia. These external genitalia also called as a vulva also called as a pudendimum. Now these characteristics by the external genitalia of female, it covered with one of the membrane. That membrane we call the hymen membrane. Regarding external genitalia and then female reproductive glands, some of the additional information we will be know in the continuation videos. Up to that, watch these videos. Okay, Nana, I think so you understand the female reproductive system and then male reproductive system. Then thank you, Nana.